All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Hummingbot Live on the Friday. Good morning, good day, good night, anywhere you are. So today we have a special guest. He comes from the DIVI project. They started recently a campaign with us. So let's say hi to him. Welcome, Nico.
Hey,
How are you?
good, Paolo. Thank you for having me on. How you doing?
Uh, Great to have you around. If you guys remember, we tried to do a mutual live stream on their channel too. Didn't go well, but yeah, we recorded another video later, and will probably come live anytime soon. So they've started a campaign with us this month, and I have to say it has been pretty successful. We have seen a lot of engagement, and and I want to know more about Divi. That's why we brought Nick here. Sorry, I misspelling your name. So that's why I brought you here, so you can tell more about the project, about Divi, what is Divi, what's the behind everything that this partnership that bringing us.
Sure thing. Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough. The partnership seems like it's going off really well already. So yeah, thanks for giving us the opportunity to elaborate on the project a bit.
So, how was the first day of the launch on the listing on KuCoin? We, as I mentioned, good. Yeah, we saw a lot of activity from on our miner page. We saw a lot of guys, both from your community and from our community, starting to provide liquidity to the market. And from our perspective, we would say it was a success. So, what guys have to say about that?
Yeah, I would have to agree. Actually, it went better than I expected from our community. A lot more people got into the bot than I expected them to. So I'm really excited to see that our community is already embracing it. And we hope to see more of that, of course, and hopefully even more of your community as well coming and joining the Divi liquidity mining campaign.
Yeah, indeed. I spent some time on your community when we launched the campaign, and I have to agree, they were pretty excited to start participating in the liquidity campaign. So tell me more about Divi. What are the main Divi goals as a project?
You know, when we started Divi in 2017, we had one basic philosophy in mind, and it hasn't changed even to this day. And that's just basically making a frictionless, easy to access and use finance ecosystem that's available to everyone everywhere. And we wanted to develop technologies that allow for people to earn, spend, and transact with cryptocurrency in a way that was familiar and adapted to their lifestyle. So ultimately, you know, we deployed our first piece of software in 2018, which allowed people to set up a masternode, which is basically a way of earning cryptocurrency at the click of a button. It was the easiest way to deploy a masternode, still is. And now people can even do that from their mobile device. But that was really just a proof of concept and a way to build out our network, which worked very well for us, so that we could execute on some of the other parts of the strategy, which are implementing ease of use and user experience focused technologies, not only for Divi, but for all cryptos. We believe that multiple cryptocurrencies will be utilized in the future and as they are today. And we want to support that eventual future.
That's pretty cool. I went to Divi website. I downloaded the wallet, the software wallet on the computer. Worked pretty fine. I have also to say the design is pretty good, especially compared with some more legacy projects. Like if you take the Bitcoin wallet, for example, it's a bit rough. So the design is a really positive thing on the wallet. And another thing, unfortunately, that I wasn't able to try was the mobile wallet because it's only available to the US. And since I'm in Brazil, I wasn't able to download and test it. So what's the plans to make it available on a more worldwide range for this mobile?
Yeah, it's a great question. Obviously, our community is global. It's not just here in the United States. We chose the US to do basically what we're calling a soft launch. You know, it's a market where a majority of our coin holders do live. So it was a good way to test and get feedback before we roll it out to the wider global community. And it's actually it's part of a much more methodical approach, I should say. You know, if you just blanket release to every single country, it would make the community happy because everyone would be able to get the wallet right away, but it would make it difficult for us to support. We also need to make sure that we are complying with local regulations. So right now we're actually coming towards the end of a process with our attorneys that allows us to launch to the EU and the UK. You know, there's GDPR there. Actually down in South America, there are new privacy regulations there as well. So we're just making sure that we're in compliance and that when people get the wallet in their hands, they can keep it in their hands for many, many years to come. So yeah, trust that it's definitely on its way, and you know, it's coming as soon as we can.
Awesome! I can't wait to try it. So since I wasn't able to use it, could you show us a bit the wallet?
Sure. Yeah, be happy to. Hang tight here for a second. Okay, so there might be a slight lag just because I'm streaming it through my computer, but this is the main screen of the wallet. So I'm on our Divi Play network, which is our test network right now. But when you're on the main network, you actually get BTC, Divi, Litecoin, and Ethereum, all available to store. Right now on test network, we just have Bitcoin and Divi. Probably the coolest feature that I'll show you is the earn feature, which allows you to set up a Divi node at the click of a button. So right now I have enough for a gold node, and you can see it gives you some information about your monthly rewards, yearly rewards, estimated average rate of return, reward frequency, and a bunch more information toward the bottom. If I go to start it, right now, if you're able to download the wallet for the United States, you'll be able to launch a Divi node for free with no hosting fee for a little bit longer while we sort of have our launch promotion going. I'll call this Hummingbot. You can name your node literally anything you want, and you just slide. Now it'll take a bit to actually deploy there. It's doing a bunch of fancy footwork in the background. I think what we're going to do here is actually put like a cool little animation or something. We have some designers working on that right now, and then boom, that's it. We have a gold masternode deployed.
Yeah, that was something that I had to say it was really interesting to see, even though I wasn't able to try, because I did some time ago try to figure out how to set up on a masternode on different chains. And yeah, it's a lot of work. And it is. It's a lot to go through to learn. And this feature that you actually it isn't just stacking; it is a proper masternode hosted on a cloud server, right?
That's right. Yep. This is actually the way that this works is actually a patent pending technology. We just had the patent published a couple of weeks ago, last month actually, and it actually allows for basically the remote broadcast of masternode allocation transactions. So you don't need a full node to basically anchor the masternode like you do in most ecosystems. And that's how we're able to do this decentralized from the phone. We actually aren't taking custody of funds at all. What I just did right there, I still have the keys, the coins, my seed phrases retained by me and me alone. It's never shared over the air, anything like that. So it's really important for us as a project that all the technologies we build don't sacrifice decentralization for convenience. We really believe that convenience can be built into a decentralized ecosystem. It just sometimes takes a little longer and is a little bit more complex on the back end. It's funny actually how complex it is to make something simple, isn't it?
Yeah,
so that's just our philosophy.
Yeah, indeed. As been on the space for around, I would say 4 or 5 years at least, and this is something that I really miss is that an easy of use of things, right? So even though let's take Ethereum for example, we have MetaMask. It's way easier today than it was 2-3 years ago, but there's still a lot of it isn't intuitive yet. So there is a lot of UI UX works that needs to be done. So I like the approach that Divi is taking to make the user experience a priority on the platform, right?
Yeah, I feel that without that focus on user experience, we really won't see mass adoption as we envision it in our heads. You can't force people to create a new behavior, right? You don't want people to relearn something, even if it's really a valuable tool for them, which of course we all know crypto is. You have to adapt to their lifestyle. So I feel like mass adaptation will come before mass adoption, and that's kind of what we're heading toward.
That's true. That's true. We still have a sort of a way to go. And I have to also say that we are kind of guilty in a bit, because our interface isn't exactly easy. Although once you get the hang of the things of how to use Hummingbot, you take some time to get used to it, but once you get it, things flow pretty naturally because of the way of structure. But yeah, there is a bit of things we are looking to improve on that part too, and we hope we can also make a lot of improvements there. So let me see, chat. So there is an interesting question I see here. So I'm not sure we'll be able to talk anything about it, but if possible, let me know. Is Divi going to help El Salvador adopt crypto? Is the project getting involved in somehow on that that big news?
Yeah, I'll do my best to answer this. So Jeff, who is my business partner and the CEO of Divi, he actually went to El Salvador with a number of members from the delegation, including Brock Pierce and many others. And he was actually sitting with a lot of the government officials. He met with the minister of the economy, as well as some other local, politicians and such. Very interesting, the direction that things seem to be going. He asked me not to mention too much just because it's sensitive right now, and they really want to focus on getting to their 90-day goal, which is a really short timeline to implement this law that they just passed. And so I'll do them that favor and not say too much. My prediction, though, is that this is the first step toward a much, much bigger adoption of cryptocurrency in developing nations, whether it be Paraguay or El Salvador or whichever country comes next. I think that we will start to see a lot more true usage of crypto. And they're already using, I know, Bitcoin with the Lightning Network down in El Salvador. And my guess is that they'll start using a lot of technologies very soon.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have to say that there's still a lot of unknowns. We can't say too much how everything this will develop over the rest of the world. But I don't remember what I heard. But there's something interesting that I heard, that the start of people using cryptocurrencies in a more general way, in a more day-to-day basis, it is expected to come not from big countries like Europe Union and US. It will probably one thing that guy said, I don't exactly remember who, is that we'll probably see crypto starting to grow more on countries with not so good economic shape. So that's something that will be really interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been saying it as a crypto community for a long time that developing nations would be the first to adopt, at least in the capacity that we see crypto being useful for, right, for transactions. And it's just coming to fruition now, and we're actually starting to see that happen. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a huge moment in history that really shouldn't be downplayed at all. It's truly remarkable to see it go this far.
Yeah. So before I move on, just let me say something that I should have said at the beginning of the streaming, is that stay with us to the end of the stream. We have an interesting surprise that will come from both projects to you guys, right? So let me just show something here pretty quickly, is that the campaign page, if someone still haven't took the time to take a look into the Divi campaign, let me just remove the overlay to make you guys see better, right? Sorry about that. So we have our site that is hummingbot.io. There you can see all the everything related to the bot, to the Hummingbot trade. You can do a test drive. We are revamping a bit more about to make it easier to everyone to get into installing the bot, run the bot, and participate in liquidity mining campaigns. To see the campaigns, you have to come here on the menu, Miner, Hummingbot Miner, and there you will see the DIVI campaign. So it's a weekly reward of 2,500 USDT, right? So as we can see, we have a lot of activity here. So our miners that are participating have put in an average spread on the market of 1.2, 0.9. So that's what I meant. That it was a great start of a campaign. That's pretty sure, and I have no questions about that.
Yeah, it's looking good, and it's really not that hard to deploy. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of a learning curve, but compared to a lot of things that I've seen in the industry, I think you guys have done a pretty good job of making it pretty easy.
Yeah, it's something that our main focus first the idea of building Hummingbot is that we deliver to the users a powerful tool where they can run the most complex strategy that they can, right? That they want to do. So if they have a really crazy strategy that use whatever information they want, they can customize, they can build inside using our bot as a base. But on the same time, we are always trying to keep some strategies in there that are a bit more straightforward to use. So the best example of that is the one that we implemented around 2 months ago, I guess. That is based on classic academic paper related to market making, and we found a way to make it work with Hummingbot. And there is a lot of interesting things in we are always trying to improve the strategy, make them better, make them work more efficient, right? So let me see, does the chat have any more questions around? So is there a link to deploy or launch Hummingbot? So what you do, let me just quickly show here to answer this question about. So if you come to our site, right, you can do a test drive. It's something that we implemented. You can take a look. You have to add an email, but basically what it will create a virtual instance for you to try Hummingbot, how to do. But here we also have a quick start guide. Well, let me just find it. We did some changes here. Hold on. I think it's on the Academy. Yeah, I have to find it. Oh, here it is. On the Academy, on the Hummingbot Academy, that's where we try to publish articles not only about how to use the bot, but also about the concepts. What is market making, how market making works, what is inventory risk, what kind of risk the market makers are taking when they try to run a bot like this. So we try to provide the best knowledge we can. And here we have a quick start that kind of explains all the steps you have to do to run bot. From installing, from configuring the Hummingbot miner, installing Hummingbot, create your first bot. So we have all the details on our webpage. And if you want to go a bit deeper, we also have the documentation where we go through every detail of every function, every strategy, how each strategy works, what are the parameters, how you can install on different systems. So the best place to go is exactly our webpage. But if you still have questions about how to run, how to set a strategy, you can also go to our Discord. We have a 24-hour team as support, and we have a lot of traders community already there to help each other out, right? Okay, so any more questions from the chat? What else do you want to know about Hummingbot and DIVI?
I saw one that was good. Is Hummingbot trustless?
Yes, that's indeed a good question. So Yes, it is, because the code of the bot is 100% open, is available on GitHub. You can access our GitHub. You can even contribute with your own code, your own ideas. So you can check whatever is inside the code. And every time we have a considerable change on the code, we push something that is, let's say, that changes a bit way too much, or change something that could be sensible, we always warn our users. And also, everything that you run on Hummingbot, it's on your local machine, right? So your API keys, your password to open Hummingbot, everything is stored on your local machine. So unless you're running on a cloud server, so everything will be stored on that cloud server you're using, but everything it doesn't communicate at all with Hummingbot, or with anything that related to us, right? So you can check the code, you can change the code, you can contribute. It's actually, we actually love when there's new contribution from our community, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, indeed. So what else? So I don't see any more questions on the chat, right? So I want to thank everything, but before I go, two more things. First, I want to know what are the future plans for the Divi project, right? So what's what's big on the horizon for you guys to implement?
So the biggest thing that's the closest, nearest term is actually staking vaults, which you might have seen in the quick demo I did. There's a little icon that said staking vaults. It was grayed out. That'll come into play really soon. It actually allows you to stake in a decentralized fashion from your mobile device. It's another pretty novel solution that we've developed. It's been very difficult to make it work on this type of client, but we think that it could be the start of something really great for other staking coins in the crypto ecosystem as well. Further out, we have all the fiat features that'll be rolling out in the wallet. So remember when I started, I said that we want to build a fully hybrid, frictionless finance ecosystem. My goal is for everyone to be able to delete their finance folder from their phone and just use Divi, because we'll actually have bank accounts. You'll be able to do international as well as local transfers, fiat on and off ramp, and crypto swaps as well right in the wallet. And then even further out, we begin adding more coins. Some of this, of course, will happen in parallel, but we'll be adding more coins. ERC20 is probably the first on the horizon, as well as some of the DApp functionalities that people are really into right now, like DeFi. So we're really excited. That's what's happening with the wallet. We do have a DeFi initiative of our own that we're going to be rolling out very soon as well. That will give people, Divi users, access to DeFi lending and yield farming and all of that fun stuff as well. So, and of course, there's a million other things. There's always so much going on, but those are probably the nearest term stuff. So I'll leave it there, and I'd encourage anybody who wants to learn more to join us and ask questions on Telegram.
Right. So besides the webpage, how else can anyone find Divi projects and talk with you guys and learn more about what's happening?
Yeah, definitely Telegram is probably our most active community right now. Twitter is also pretty active. It's just @Divi Project for all of our social media across the board. So definitely join. If you want to learn more, the white paper and all the information is on our wiki on our website. But the best way to learn is really to join the community, ask questions. Everyone's super friendly and inviting, so we'd love seeing new faces. So yeah, come join and say hello.
Nice, cool. I'll be sure to be following Divi, see what's happening there with you guys. I really liked it. Awesome. So before we wrap it up, let's talk about what's the surprise I'm talking about. So if you, since the beginning or from now on, you are participating on the liquidity mining campaign of the Divi project, if you enter this link, you will fill a form with your email so we can check your participation on the campaign. And you also add your Divi wallet. And there is a surprise airdrop. So it's random. We not necessarily, some people will receive a surprise on their Divi wallets sometime soon. So check the link. I think if it isn't, I'll add to the description of the later on of this video. And go there, add information, add your Divi wallet, and maybe you'll be seeing some new Divi tokens on your wallet, right? Right, that was fun. And as always, we have our Twitter. Follow us on Hummingbot _AO to more news. We have our site, and as always, the best place to find us is on our Discord channel. Our team is there. We have support there 24 hours, and great trading community that I see a lot of discussion of how to make the strategies better. And developers, we indeed have some developer-specific channels where people discuss how to create new stuff to Hummingbot, right? So, guess that's it. Any final words, Nick?
No. Well, first of all, thank you, actually, for having us on. I know that we tried to work it out before, and I'm glad that we were able to make it work this time. So yeah, just thank you so much. And to anybody in the Divi community who's watching this, you guys should definitely join the Hummingbot channels and see if you can dial in your strategies. And good luck to everybody on the airdrop. It's a really fun campaign. So thank you guys for putting this together for us.
Thank you, guys. See you around. Thank you, Nikki, for coming, and best of luck to the project.